Joao Monteiro, the husband of Daniela Monteiro Dodian of the Romanian women's. Joao Monteiro, 132 in the world. He's been as high as 29 back in August 2015.
Donc on aura besoin de toutes les forces vives ici à la Trocarrière. Donc on va voir qui est le plus en forme pour cette demi-finale masculine entre la Suède et le Portugal. J'aimerais entendre les filles d'abord. Que les filles dans les tribunes. 1, 2, 3, vous. Ouais, c'est gentil. J'aimerais entendre les garçons maintenant. 1, 2, 3, vous.
So Truls Moregard, Joao Monteiro, 20 years separating them. Will that make a difference? As the European Junior Champion. Looks to elevate his career at such a young age. And claim heroic status here at the European Team Table Tennis Championships. Bit of fortune to start off with. Truls doing well though, moving Monteiro about. Both players very fiery indeed, charismatic, extroverts. Truls has got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. As I said before, some people say that they could see him being the next Waldner. Look at that forehand, parallel down the line. Instinctively knowing when Monteiro's going to step around. Beautiful. Truls loading up the back of the ball with topspin. Monteiro unable to block it back. Dream start for the youngster. Not even 18 years of age yet. Monteiro, 36 years old. No doubt he was more experienced. Who's going to be better on the day? That's the question. Forehand fade from Monteiro, down shot earlier. Truls' receive wasn't so good. Gave Monteiro too much to work with. Oh, no. Oh! What can you say about that? Truls Moregard displaying his class every step of the way, even when recovering such a difficult ball. And swooping out on the wide forehand. Whoa. High toss serve, pendulum. Gives Monteiro the advantage. And he wins the point. Still 5-4 to the young Swede. A lot of young players. Tomokazu Haramoto, Lin Yunju, Wang Chukin, Xu Fei, the young Japanese 11-year-old Sora Matsushima. And in Europe, you've got the likes of Truls Moregard, Sidorenko, Lev Katzman, Darko Jorgic, Thomas Polanski, Ionis. The list goes on and on of how many young players can challenge the more experienced ones. But there's so many players, young players, that Asian countries don't show all the time, that end up coming out of nowhere and taking the world by storm. Beautiful from Monteiro down the line. The ball just a blur of white. He furnishes a lovely finish. Japan have really sort of shocked China in how many young amazing players they've got, with like Mima Ito and Haramoto spearheading that, but they've got a lot more than them. China now are starting to put their younger players into more tournaments earlier than they used to do, because they know that having the experience in big tournaments from an early age is advantageous, and that's probably helped Truls Moregard, which is why we're seeing such a calm performance now. Oh, a lovely change of pace. Sensible. From a fast bomb to a slow sizzler. Yeah, we see him dropping the bat, brushing up the back. Change of pace causing a disruption to Monteiro. Four-game point for the 17-year-old. For some reason he pushes that serve. Perhaps it was disguised. Didn't really look at the serve of Monteiro in that much detail. But again, Truls makes a receive error, 10-8 this time. Monteiro misses an opener, and Truls Moregard goes to the corner with a satisfied expression on his face. Positive start to the youngster, the young European junior singles champion. It's 1-1 at the moment in match scores. Apollonia beating Falk just before. So whoever wins this is going to give their team a 2-1 lead. After this fascinating encounter between Sweden and Portugal, all to play for both. Truls to start off the second. 11-8 in the first to Moregard. He was 10-6 up. Monteiro 1-2, but Truls keeping his head. Wow. Oh, a swatting backhand. It goes off the end, but an electric rally. Both players 1,000 volts. Truls, I've seen him on social media, some of the training videos, and he's been developing his backhand. Before it was quite a blocky shot. He's trying to sort of develop spin onto it as well, to give himself an extra wing as well as his forehand. 2-1 to Joao Monteiro. A bit of fortune from Truls. They all count. Good counter from Joao Monteiro. Truls spins it up to the middle. Joao covers the ground. Lovely jubbly. Look at that. I think on the serve receive, Truls has been a little bit better. And I think that's why Joao's struggling to find himself getting a comfortable lead, because Truls is just sort of dictating the pace. And Joao Monteiro is playing to Truls' tune. Truls piping himself up. Thrusting third ball kill. Bit of size for the net as well. Takes it away from Joao Monteiro's bat. And a timeout on Portugal. Truls is finding the combinations, hacking into the game of Joao Monteiro.
Ce qui est génial, c'est que la carrière se remplit bien avant le match.
And that's the effectiveness of a timeout. Maybe there was a bit of a lapse in concentration from Truls. His serves drift long. Monteiro was there to pick up the pieces. Monteiro working well from the table, and you're under more pressure. Play with spin. And the timeout's worked wonders. Monteiro now with the lead. Truls diffused. Can he bounce back? Converts the first serve nicely. And the second point in similar fashion. Well done, Moregard, the 17-year-old, showing maturity in the way he's fighting. Being the youngest member on the bench, he's definitely learnt from his teammates. I'm sure they've advised him on the best way to go about things. Monteiro misses a serve to add insult to injury. And that point meant the world to Truls. The tide's changed, 9-7 up. Slow spin that time. And then a fast one. Masterful change of pace from such a young player. Very impressive indeed. Truls Moregard now with a chance to go 2-0 up. There's the punchy backhand that he sometimes relies on. Says, yeah. You're going to make mistakes. Just about increasing percentages as much as you can. timeout. Truls Moregard, subject matter to ponder on. The point. Pin drop in the room, 9-10. Truls goes passive with the block. Monteiro loops it down the middle. Pendulum serve. Truls gives him some bait. Monteiro takes it. Truls isn't there to catch the fish, but he's there to compensate with another great serve. Monteiro saying to himself, "I'm all so late for." Another game point for Moregard. And is this then what he takes? He eats up the crumbs of the Monteiro drifting serve. 2-0 to Truls. He's satisfied with that one. He's carrying the weight of responsibility on the shoulders, but is brushing it off very nicely. Truls Moregard proving evidently worthy of playing this semi-final match over Matthias Carlsen and Anton Schallberg. It's alright going 2-0 up. Can you win the third game? Truls firing in, not far off, definitely capable of that. And that's the backhand that's improved a little bit over the past year. Before that would have probably been a punch, now it's a backhand topspin. Truls Moregard has a very interesting grip. They call it the hammer grip. Holds the bat slightly differently, although it is shake hand, it's not typical. Of light, I didn't even see if that went on. Really quick flick. Slick. Truls dropping low. Oh, not far off. Truls proposing on one knee there. Third ball loop into the middle. Monteiro's passive. Moregard keen on getting this done and dusted as soon as possible. Beautiful. Oh, but Monteiro chops it back. It was that loop from Moregard that took my breath away, but somehow Joao Monteiro finds a bit of magic himself. Look how early these two are taking the ball. After a pretty impressive rally, Joao Monteiro makes the service error on the reverse pendulum. And burned out wide on the forehand. Truls stepping around. Knows the cards that he's got. It's impressive how he can turn a slow spinny loop from one point and then spot the ball that needs hitting hard. Multi-ball training at Eslov has developed this young man's game into something quite special. Tight touch, long loop. Oh, fully committed. Bomb down the line by Monteiro. Everything behind that. Great shot on the short side of the table. And that's the improved backhand of Moregard. In action again. Takes the lead. Monteiro was wondering what he has to do to give himself a decent advantage. Because everything that he makes is getting taken away from him. Monteiro just blocking patiently. Truls dropped back without reason. Gave himself his own problems, so Monteiro playing intelligently, not doing anything more than he really needs to. 8-all. That's magnificent. Super of Monteiro. Lowering it down the line, look at that. He's a talent indeed. 17-year-old Swede. Well, that shot wasn't really on. Joao Monteiro trying to loop the unloopable. 2 match points for Truls to give Sweden a 2-1 lead in the first of 2 men's team semis here at the European Championships. Carrying the weight of the nation on young shoulders. Ooh, and the first flick not far off. Going for the huge finish. He knows the cameras are on him, but has to stay composed and just get the job done. Whoa! Fired from in. Truls turn the heat up, but Monteiro stays cool. Giving the Swede food for thought. Oh, well. Cool as a cucumber, Joao Monteiro best. At moments that you wouldn't expect it. And out of nowhere, Joao Monteiro produces some magic. I thought that all his spells had run out. Truls thought that he had Monteiro dead and buried. So did I.
Demi-finale de l'équipe de France face à l'Allemagne avec ça.
So then, after facing 2 match points, Joao Monteiro came up with something special, or some things special, and he's back in it, giving Moregard reason to worry and resentment to himself, because Moregard knows that he could be sat down in the chair now after winning 3-0, but he's having to still play because of a lapse in concentration. But he takes the 2-0 lead. Is it the motivation that Joao Monteiro needed? That little boost. Could well be. And there's the punch. Truls' understanding of the trajectory of the ball meant that he knew that he could punch the ball rather than spin it. The ball was high enough to do that, and so he did it, and it worked well for him. Monteiro not expecting the flatter one. Half long serve. Moregard playing a half shot, really, not enough on it. Just on his shots. He just tries to sort of guide it over. Too much backspin on the Monteiro serve, though. As the match progresses, I can expect to get him more fired up, more vocal. Excellent third ball again from Truls. We've seen him do that countless times, finishing the point off early. (5-4) to the European Junior Champion. Goes for another big third ball kill, but it dies in front of him. And he times the ball incorrectly. Good blocking play from Truls Moregard, using the Monteiro spin to just contain. Stands his ground well, sees it coming, places it back into. Why use your own pace when you can use your opponent's? Oh, well, the first one was good, the second one. Very fine margin, table tennis. Can be the difference between winning and losing. Clever serve from Moregard. The hook serve came around the ball, disguised it between backspin and no spin. What an amazing serve from the 36-year-old. High tossed, looked like the normal pendulum that he's been doing the whole match, but last minute change and he goes down the line quick and long. That time, the heavy backspin into the forehand. Crucial service change. Fooling the youngster. Monteiro looking to work the youngster, but in the end it ended up unemployed. Truls with 2 match points again, like he had in the previous set. Can he convert it this time? Can he finish what he started? And he does it! A fantastic rally to finish. There's his signature celebration. The 17-year-old European Junior Champion defeats Joao Monteiro and gives Sweden the advantage. Ooh, Sweden! The second seeds a match away.
Quel point magnifique pour clore ce jeu dans cette demi-finale pour la SWE.
Turning, blocking into attacking. A fine finish to a fine match. He hasn't disappointed, has he, Truls Moregard, whatsoever. You can often feel pressure being selected for something as big as this event at such a young age, but he's justified the selection.